Hi guys, back at it again with another little video for you guys. I kind of just wanted to do like a part 2 or like, I don't know, just talk about symptoms maybe that I left out that I've experienced or that I've come across other people, and they talk about them and then I'm just like, oh my gosh, I've experienced that one too. Like, so I kind of just wanted to throw some more out there for you guys, you know, and I'm going to be munching again. I actually made some guac and I have a kefir shake. I didn't eat a whole lot today. I was dashing today, and I dashed yesterday too. I just actually started doing DoorDash, and just in my spare time. Honestly, what made me do it is that I've actually been off for an entire week out of work. I recently had surgery because I had some cysts on my uterus. They were like cancerous cysts or something or other. So my doctor took those off, and she also did a few other things in there. She had like 4 or 5 procedures done in like one day. And they told me to be off work for a week. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys this as well. My doctor swears up and down that it's what I had going on, you know, with the whole cyst thing. She thinks that my odor is coming from that it stems from that it stems from like bacterial vaginosis or BV, which I'm just like, okay, lady, you're crazy, but sure, we'll go with it. What the hell? So, anyhow, yeah. So, but yeah, so I started dashing, which is a lot of fun. So for those of you who, don't have work or aren't working right now or are intimidated by, you know, going to a regular job, it's kind of cool. The town that I'm in, honestly, I didn't really make a whole lot of money off of it. This is not that busy here, but I mean, I made a nice little, like, I want to say like $140, $50, for a total of maybe like 7 hours. So not too bad. You know, some money. But yeah, so I kind of wanted to do like a part 2, to symptoms that I've experienced, or honestly, I've also got added recently to a Discord, and I am so grateful for that. So somebody who left a comment on my on one of my posts, thank you so much. I just want to say thank you so much. I can't remember exactly who, but he goes by Trophy Guy in the group. So thank you again for adding me to the group. And like, I came across a couple of people who literally have experienced a lot of the stuff that I've experienced. So I kind of want to just throw some more symptoms out there for you guys. You know, so I pretty much remember, you know, when I think back, I remember waking up always sweaty. Okay, so I would wake up in these horrible night sweats, like just drenched. And I remember I came across a girl who said that like she woke up with night sweats, and she had like night terrors as well. I literally experienced the same things. Okay, also a sweaty butt crack. I know it's kind of TMI, but I mean, you know, these are things that we come across, right? And these are the things that, you know, whatever. Now, sweaty pits is one thing another person or some of you guys can experience. I personally never had sweaty pits. I just always had smelly pits at one point. And when I was watching the Body Odor Sufferers channel, he actually touched base on his pits and one being like smelling worse than the other. I completely, I can't talk, but I completely understand where he was coming from when he said that, because I had the same thing. It always seemed like it was either my left pit or one of them. I can't even remember, because at this point my pits don't smell anymore. So I don't know. I couldn't really even remember, but I just remember that one pit always seemed to smell like way, way worse. So I don't know what that is. But yeah, he actually had a young lady by the name of Katara. She left, because I left a comment on his post, and she actually commented that it's a condition that she actually was diagnosed with, I guess bromhidrosis. I don't know, guys. I'm not good with these big words, okay? Or overactive sweat glands. And basically what she broke it down for me and what she said was essentially the bacteria breaking down the sweat in like those areas, so like your pits or your you know, your private areas, it causes it to smell when it breaks down or I guess when the bacteria breaks down the sweat, causes it to smell really bad. She also said that when she exercised and changed her diet up, it seemed to help the condition that she had. Now I don't know what I did personally to get my pits to stop smelling. I wish I could stop my genitals from smelling. And I don't know what I did to stop my crack from being sweaty either, okay? So I really honestly I can't tell you guys. I honestly feel like it's just diet, okay? And probably water intake and stuff like that. Cause I don't know like what foods, that I've essentially eliminated other than really meat. Because I eat trigger foods. I do stick to a whole foods diet now. Now, I can tell you guys when I first started dieting, this was back in 2015. So this was back when I told you guys that I was getting picked on from a previous employer. And, you know, the sad part about it was that they were pharmacists that I worked with. I was actually a pharmacy tech for a good 6 years. And, you know, you would think working with pharmacists who are like freaking doctors, that they would pull me to the side and say, hey, I think something's really wrong with you. There is this condition, it's called TMAU. Let me give you some insight on it. Why don't you take, like, we recommend you take maybe a few months off of medical leave, or talk to your doctor and say, hey, this is what I was, you know, referred to from, you know, my coworker who is a pharmacist. He or she thinks that I have this condition. Can you guys give me some more insight on it? But no, they chose to be assholes and they chose to make fun of me. So yeah. But I can tell you guys that when I essentially started dieting, I think I mentioned it, that I dieted, well, when I started dieting, I don't know if that made sense. But when I started dieting, I essentially added more greens into my diet. And I was also doing like a protein. So that's probably why, because I was intaking a lot of meat at that time frame. But I smelled horrible, guys. Like, it was so bad. Like, I reeked from my scalp. My scalp still, it doesn't smell bad like it used to. But again, it's me right now. What I experience now is just a fish odor. The fish odor. Okay, I can't talk for crap. But a fishy odor, okay? So I don't have the poop smells no more. I don't have like the sulfur smells. I don't have, you know, a lot of the smells that we take on. I literally just smell like fish and it sucks. But I guess it is what it is. Now I did come across another young lady that was on the Discord, and she actually mentioned and hit like all my symptoms like a freaking tack. I mean, like, I don't know how I'm trying to explain this to you guys. Like, I'm trying to be cool about this and like try to give you guys all these like cool references, but it's not working, okay? But anyways, whatever she experienced, like it hit the thumb on the nail, I don't know, whatever. It made sense to me, okay? But so yeah, so she was literally saying how she started dieting and exercising, and that she now took on a fish odor, which she had never had before. Well, I actually had the fishy odor come out when I started eating more greens. So I noticed that the more greens I eat, the healthier I eat, the more I smell like fish. I don't know what that's about. Again, like I said, consuming different things definitely make you take on these different odors. I just don't know which ones or what. I have no science behind it, you guys, okay? And this is where honestly I feel like us tagging maybe scientists and doctors and like start adding these people, okay, or start tagging them in your guys' posts, because I feel like between all of us talking about it amongst each other or making these videos is great. I'm so for it, and I'm so grateful that I have come across so many great YouTubers who have been dealing with this condition, and you know, all their insight and the way they talk about what conditions they're dealing with, what issues they're dealing with, you know, their the harassments they've they've had to endure. All this is awesome. I think it's great, but I also think that it's not enough for us. I feel like we need to be adding, you know, universities who study medicine, doctors, scientists. Like, I want to do my own personal research, and I want to start, you know, seeing who we can target and like bring awareness to. Okay, I feel like, and not only that, but those of you who have been commenting on my comments, I want to say thank you very much, and give a few of you guys some shout outs. So Miss Beauty Guru, there's a Billy, Steve O, Guana, Superior Intellect, Rex, and Heartline Realm. Thank you guys so much for your feedback. I really appreciate you guys. And you know, I just want you guys to know that I'm rooting for you guys and to not give up on yourselves, okay? And for those of you who have not done videos and you're thinking about doing a video, please do so, okay? Because again, the more we, you know, post, the more we're, you know, giving awareness to everybody, okay? Not just our own community, but we're giving awareness to everybody. And hopefully one of these days we'll hit some kind of, you know, we'll hit the sensitive spot of somebody who wants to help us, you know? Hopefully there's a doctor or a scientist or, you know, somebody out there who's going to say, you know what, there are too many of these people that are suffering, and we just need to figure out what the hell it is that they're suffering with. So, you know, just throwing that out there, guys. But yeah, since I've been consistently trying to focus on eating like really good, and what I've literally been doing, guys, the diet that I stick to or try to stick to, because it's hard, I've told you guys, and having a week off of not working has really tested me. And I'm gonna tell you guys that I've failed. Like, I've failed, okay? I've eaten dark chocolate, I've eaten some fast food, yeah, so so I really, this last few days, I'm like, okay, you girl, you have to buckle down and like stop the crap. You're gonna set yourself back so far, and you're gonna just, you know, regret it, because you're gonna go back to work on Monday and it's gonna be like a shit show. So but yeah, so since I've been consistently trying to stick to the whole foods diet, okay, so those of you who are familiar with it, it's where you try to consume, I think it's like 80-20, where you're consuming greens and vegetables and fruits, and maybe like 20% meat and protein and stuff like that. And I personally do not eat red meat at all, okay? I've completely cut red meat out. I do, if and when I do eat meat, it is generally chicken and turkey, okay? But again, I don't really eat those things. I eat them like once a week. I try to eat them once a week. Wink, wink. Yeah, don't let me fool y'all. Like, I try to eat those once a week, okay? What I do consistently eat though are beans, okay? So I have incorporated those back into my diet. Lots and lots and lots of fiber. This is what I can recommend to you guys, is increase your fiber intake, okay? And don't be scared to increase your fiber intake. I mean, like I said before, if you're gonna smell, you might as well, you know, smell because you ate things that are good for you, you know, or good for your gut, and things that are gonna make you poop and pass the shit through. Because literally, the more it stays in your gut and the more it has time to sit in your body, the worse it's gonna come, the smells are gonna come out. The worse it's gonna smell when you sweat, the worse it's gonna smell when you go around people and it's digested. So you want to eliminate your waste as quick as you can, and you can do that with fiber. So I wanted to kind of show you guys what I picked up recently. Now I got this from Walmart, and it is like a mixture of chia seeds, flaxseed, and hemp seed, okay? Really good for the shakes, helps you keep you full, and I guess they also have other benefits like hair, stuff like that, with the fatties or the fats that they provide, the seeds. Excuse me. But yeah, so I add those little guys to my shakes. I add them to yogurt when I'm eating yogurt, and I add them to my oatmeal as well, okay? And oats are another thing that I think are highly important. I find like every time I eat oats in the morning, girl, I gotta go. Like, you know, 15-20 minutes later, I'm going to the bathroom. And that's another thing, like, I don't have diarrhea anymore, or as they're not as loose. The stools are not as loose, I guess I could say. They're a little bit more solid now that I'm eating more fibrous foods, and I'm eating you know, more plant-based items. And then in the past, I did experience constipation. So that's another symptom that a lot of people experience, is constipation. But I honestly, I don't have constipation anymore. I do experience a little bit of constipation here and there, but that's because I'm on iron pills. So, you know, sometimes it's a little hard to go to the bathroom, but when I do go regularly. So I don't have a problem with going. It's just, if y'all have taken iron before, you all understand what I'm saying when it's hard to go, because it just, yeah. I'm not even gonna try. I'm not gonna even explain that. I'm gonna leave that one out, okay? But yeah. All right, so, but yeah, so like the sweaty crack, the night sweats, you know, those are all things, the stinky scalp, like, ooh, man, I remember when I first started dieting though, the scalp was bad, like the armpits, the scalp, the groin area, the crack, like everything just, I felt like it was just beyond horrible. Now, I don't know if that's because my body was like dumping the overload of TMA, or what. Okay, I don't know, you know, like I wish more of you would comment so that way you guys can and if you guys know the answer to this, like, hey, give us the secret sauce, okay? Like, if you know what it was that's, you know, being dumped or caused or what, like, please comment and, you know, fill us in. But yeah, so anyhow, but like I said, consistently eating on a whole foods diet, I have noticed drastic drop in the smells, and apparently this young lady has as well. She pretty much, when she said that, she mentioned that she was able to go to work and that she noticed her coworkers had started putting their mask down and having conversations around her within a certain radius. Okay, now, because the same thing with me. So I think I told y'all that my smell is not as strong. So when I first started working at the plant that I work at, mind you, this thing is huge, okay? And I work in the freezing cold. So the smell, like, is like, I don't know, it's heightened. But there's like two sides to the plant too. There's like a hot side, which we call the kill floor, and that, it reeks on that side. So I probably should have been smarter and got a job on that side because it smells bad. But then again, I'd be sweating all the time, which kind of might help as well because it would help me release the toxins by sweating. But then I don't know how that smell plus my smell, I don't know. Because I can tell you that on the cold side, I filled the entire building, okay? And I even think that they would let us out of work a little early because the smell was just so intense that nobody can take it. That's how bad it gets, guys. Like, it gets bad. And I can tell you guys, like, the size of the floor is probably like the size of a gymnasium, okay? So just think like a really big school, like, it's big, okay? And now I feel like I've narrowed it down to just within the area I'm at. So on my table per se. On my table, the people that are behind me, the people that are in front of me, maybe even 2 to 3 feet in front of me. No, not that's way more. Sorry. Maybe about, I say definitely 6 feet. That's like not far enough. You can smell me from 6 feet. I don't know, guys. I don't know, okay? Maybe like a block or two away. You could probably still smell me, okay? But it's not like an entire like football gymnasium anymore. But yeah, so she pretty much said the same thing too, where she noticed that within a certain radius, people can't smell her. And same thing with me. So I noticed the same crap. I noticed that people, now my coworkers can talk amongst each other, and some days are really good, guys. Some days, but I kind of also think it's because some days I don't eat up until a certain point. So when I first get there, like when I wake up, for example, when I wake up typically around 11 or noon. I will eat my oatmeal, I'll have a kefir shake, and that's it. I don't eat until my next break, which is 6 p.m. or like 6:10, and then we get a second break around 9 o'clock. And then at that 9 o'clock point, that's when I start noticing that the odors start kicking in because, you know, I'm consuming food. So yeah. But for a little bit of time there, oh, and we start at 3, sorry. We start at like 3:30. So for a little bit of time, there's like a point where I don't really smell at all. People are nice to me some days when I don't stink. You know, and they're, you know, talking with their mask down. I'll even notice that they'll like pull their mask down and they'll like look around at me and they'll like look around at each other and they're just like like, oh my God, it doesn't stink today. Like, she doesn't stink. Yeah, I notice everything. I'm super observant. Like, and I'll just stare at you too. Like, I'm watching y'all. I see you guys. I see what you're doing. I see that you're looking at me, you know, and I see you guys talking about me. But, and I'll even catch people like glimpse over and catch me staring at them and they're like, because I mean, they know it's a crappy thing to do. You know what I mean? Like, deep down, I know they know it's a shitty thing to do to me and, you know, to pick on people. Like, that's just not right, guys. Like, it really isn't. But also, so these days, like I said before, guys, I only have the fish scent, and sometimes I taste it as well. So there's days where I'll wake up and my mouth tastes like fish, or after I eat, or I drink a kefir shake, I'll start having this like fishy taste in my mouth, and I can smell the fishy odor starting to come through. So yeah, I don't know. I also have tried mushroom capsules. I don't know if any of y'all have tried mushroom capsules or not, but I hear mushrooms are high in choline, so I don't know if it's making it worse or better. I don't know. But yeah, curious. So I'm curious if a lot of you guys are, you know, experiencing that as well. I don't know if that's us getting better, me and her, or because we're literally, like I said, when I came across her message on the Discord, I was just like, dude, like, that is, you're literally in the same stage as me. Like, it's so crazy. And I'm just like, what the hell, guys? Like, are me and her close to getting cured, or no? I don't know. I'm so confused with this fucking crap. I wish I had answers. But yeah, okay, whatever. I don't know. But again, I just want to encourage you guys, for those of you who are thinking about, you know, making videos, like, please do so, because we literally only have each other. Even though it sucks that we only have each other, and I feel like the blind are leading the blind, but you know, we're at least getting help from each other. But again, like I said, it's probably not enough for us. Like, we do definitely need to raise awareness, because I'm getting frustrated, guys. Like, I am sick and tired, and I'm gonna start complaining to my doctors, and I'll probably like not be seen by them. Because I told you guys before, like, I'm a little confrontational, so I don't know how well that's gonna work out for me. I'm gonna try to be professional, okay? I have to try to be professional, especially if I want like help, legitimate help. I just get frustrated because here's my thing. I feel like if I freaking pay you, do what your freaking job is, you know, do what you're supposed to do. I get you're a doctor and you're supposed to recommend shit and you're supposed to be like, hey, this is what's wrong with you, da 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 da. But if I come to you and I say, hey, I've had this test done, I've had this done, and I've had that done, I'm pretty generally healthy, okay? Like, recently I had, you know, a wild woman checkup, I've had my blood drawn, I've had a urine test, I have not had a gut test, guys, okay? So that's the one thing that I have not had. They did test me again for H. pylori, because there are maybe some of you guys who are suffering from H. pylori as well. And it's where they like prick your finger and give you like a little blood test. And that's how they track to see whether or not you have H. pylori. H. pylori is essentially it's bacteria in the gut, okay? It's nasty crap. I've had it before. When I had that, I would burp and it would smell like rotten eggs. I don't have issues with that. And I had bad acid reflux too. And I used to eat like a ton of chile or like hot spicy foods. So that was probably the cause of that, and that's what they say is the cause of it, like hot Cheetos and, you know, hot spicy foods and things like that. So I don't know, whatever. But yeah, so that crap. But like I literally said, I'm just tired of going to the doctor. I feel like it's like going to a salon or going to, like, I don't know, anywhere that you would pay for a service. Like, I'm fucking paying for you. I'm paying my insurance, okay? I'm paying a premium for y'all to take care of me. So if I go into your office and I say, hey, this is my concern today, I feel like this is wrong with me. Y'all should do me at least the decency of checking into it, okay? Because I don't give a shit about your recommendation. I want you to fix me. But anyways, guys, enough of my ranting, I guess. But again, thank you so much, guys, for you know, the likes, the comments, the shares. Please continue the likes, the comments, the shares, because I'm trying to get, you know, this out to as many people as possible. I want to raise as much awareness as I can. So I highly encourage y'all to do the same. Don't be afraid. Speak up. Speak your truth. Speak, you know, get your justice. You will feel 110 times better making a video and just talking about it, because I know I have and I do. And again, it's just nice to get honest feedback from somebody and those who are suffering with the same issues that I'm dealing with. So again, guys, have a blessed night, and feel free to comment again. Thanks. Bye.